up, you guys?
Fuck you.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Boom and the Other Controller Podcast, the usual crew doing what we usually do. Except this week we have a plus one.
A dope plus one, too.
You gonna fucking introduce them, or you're just
We got... his intro.
I was waiting for one of my fabulous co-hosts to step in. I left like a very...
Oh, we're doing like a Brady Bunch thing where he's like a fabulous co-host, and I'm like an amazing co-host, and he's like an awesome co-host.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Yeah, we have one of our homies, Rec Niner, who is also a streamer. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Just first timer, so yeah. Just here to do what they usually do, I guess. Let's do it.
Oh, man.
Fuck yeah.
Just setting the fucking tone for this episode. All right.
Rec, is this your first podcast, or have you done other ones?
No, I've never done one before. Yeah, I still said that over today before.
Gotcha.
Sent that out.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. We'll probably have some off-the-wall shit to talk about, and we'll probably take huge fucking gaps of just looking at each other. Especially when fucking Corn Dog's weird shit, like right fucking now. What are you doing?
Don't worry, that all comes
my beard,
out.
like through my blanket.
Don't worry about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we have a shitload of podcast kind of topics here. I know Boom had a shitload, so I think one of them that partially got me hyped as well was the Mario news.
Okay, so first, that's kind of like the a really easy, like, quick topic. So they announced a new Paper Mario. It's Paper Mario Origami King. So, like I said before, the Switch is like it actually is my first like home console from Nintendo. So I'm pretty much just going down the list trying to get everything like I haven't played before, and I'm super hyped for my first Paper Mario. And like the fighting mechanics look pretty cool, the graphics look really cool, and it just looks to be like an exciting new Mario campaign to dive into. Did
you play the original Paper Mario?
No, I have not.
So the first one was like a Final Fantasy Paper Mario.
That was a 3DS, right?
I think so. I don't know. It was super cool. I'm watching the trailer right now because I totally did my research before we started.
This is me right now, also.
Like always.
Rebecca's like, Paper Mario, yes.
I mean, Peach is way less cute because she's just paper.
I mean, before she was just pixels. So, I mean,
no, she's still cute.
And like paper as opposed to pixels doesn't really seem that different. But
I mean, it's how you arrange the pixels.
She's origami, all right? She's not like a picture drawn on paper. She's folded paper.
I mean, there's some art websites where you can see her drawn the way you want, guy.
I have a feeling they're going to do some sort of like, niche abilities and like niche things, obviously, to take advantage of the fact that it's origami instead of just normal paper. Something.
Kind of like Scribblenauts, like how you had to make weird shit to just pass a level.
Scribblenauts is fucking hilarious, dude. Like, just the shit that you can try to come up with, and the game would like be like, no, you can't spawn that, you fucking asswipe.
That game is the only game to really teach me the fact that I should have went back to school to just fucking learn English.
Oh, yeah.
So in the first Paper Mario, you got like world abilities where you could fold into a paper. And that's how you got across like large gaps and stuff like that. Or you could turn sideways and go through bars. But now that they're actually just going full sail into the origami thing, maybe you'll turn into like, I don't know, a dinosaur.
So are all the enemies paper-based as well, or is it just you? Because I've never played the first one.
The first one, it's the regular enemies. They're just drawn on paper. It's just like a 2D side-scroller in a 3D world.
Oh, okay.
So there was death, but everything's 2D.
So Mario just has to run around with an eraser and game over.
No, you don't. That's like colored pencil. I mean, can you erase colored pencils?
Yes.
I was about to full sail into that sentence before I thought about it. I'm not going to lie.
It's not a fucking marker or a pen. It's a pencil.
Fine, crayon. You can't erase that, right? It's wax.
So, not thinking here, but one thing I just noticed here, though, at the end of this trailer, from this Nintendo trailer, is that there's a Metroid, like, is that like Metroid Prime helmet? Like, Metroid, like Prime's helmet sitting here. Did you guys see the end of the trailer there where you got?
That's totally Samus helmet.
Oh, yeah, was that? Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But sorry, but
that's what he meant, Corn. That's what he meant.
Exactly. I never actually played the game,
Well, I just got to the end of the trailer.
But yeah, with that Samus helmet on there, I take it they're obviously going to do some sort of weird like interjection between those two.
I have a feeling like because there's been other rumors regarding hiring that they're doing for Metroid Prime. Because I mean, fuck, they announced it almost 3 years ago as something that's coming to the Switch. So the way that I think that they're gonna implement it is it's gonna be super fucking cheesy. I think they're gonna put like within the beta. I bet you they're gonna put like some type of trailer that they're gonna have, like maybe a working trailer or some type of update for Metroid Prime.
Oh, like the very end of the demo leads into it or something?
Yeah, I think something like that, because if you notice, there haven't been any really big Nintendo Directs. There's been, I think, that one mini Direct where they announced that Borderlands 3 and all of those 2K titles are coming to the Switch, but there hasn't been any really concrete or like directive that's really significant. So I feel like they're going to use that platform because there's so many people that are going to obviously buy a Switch for Paper Mario. Granted that they're back in stock, but I feel like that's also a good opportunity for them to have some type of marketing so that they can A, shut people up about it, and B, just kind of like throw a little bit more fuel in that fire for people that really want to see the new Metroid.
I think it's also
when was the last Metroid?
No idea.
Was that the one for the Wii?
Yeah,
that's the last one I remember.
I don't think there was one on the here, I could check that. I don't think there was one on the what the fuck was that last console called? The Wii U?
Wii U. Like, we're in a cool situation now with obviously lockdown, Corona. It leaves up companies. It gives the companies the opportunity to be creative in a way. Like, all right, we're not going to do our E3 press conferences and all this kind of stuff. Rather than just putting out a YouTube video, you can go about making new announcements, do more creative ways, which is pretty cool. Or you could do it the Ubisoft route, which is we'll give you an art stream to then tease up a cinematic, to then finally eventually give you the fucking gameplay trailer, which is still in-game cutscenes in cinematic form. Or you could do it the right way, which is what, Nintendo can do with Metroid and Paper Mario.
So from what I'm seeing here, and I don't know if this is like fan art. Yeah, actually it's deviant art, so I don't think it's
official or anything.
Yeah, I don't think there was there wasn't a Prime on there. Well, there was so there was Prime Trilogy. That was the last Metroid Prime, and it was just like an HD remake of them. So there hasn't been a brand new Metroid Prime since 3, which that was on the Wii. And that was in 2007. So just think about that. People have been waiting for a new Metroid Prime since 2007. Oof. That's 13 years, dude. So I feel like that would be the best opportunity to do it, since the install base got even higher for Animal Crossing. So I feel like now would be the perfect time to get that to rekindle that fire.
I mean, it would make the most sense for them to try to bring something back, especially right now where everything is just super hyped, and there's really not that many games coming out this year, in full honesty.
Yeah, a lot of games got pushed back.
Well, wasn't Metroid one of the ones that did it? Like, Metroid was one that got pushed back, because Metroid 4? Was that not one?
Yeah,
Metroid 4 was coming out before, and then it got pushed back.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 was originally announced in E3 2017. So yeah, it's been like
some time.
Yeah,
I mean,
some time.
See, I'm not a huge fan of the Metroid series, but remember how long it took, or how long it felt from Borderlands pre-sequel to 3?
Yeah,
and that was 6 years.
Yeah, dude, the last Metroid that I played was the fucking SNES Metroid when they ported it to the Game Boy Advance. So that's like the last Metroid that I've ever played. Like, as far as any of the Metroid Primes, I never touched one.
So you'll have like fans defend it. It's like, you got to play as Samus in Smash Bros.
I mean,
you know what game didn't get pushed back?
Man-Eater, bitch.
Man motherfucking eater, that's right.
It's next week.
5 days.
It's this week.
This week.
On
Friday. Yeah, Friday. It's like 5 days.
I don't
Big's like, what? This week? Oh shit.
Right. Do you know what Man-Eater is?
Me? Yeah, no, I have no idea.
So
boy,
if you get a
boy,
chance, check out the trailer.
surprise.
It's a new game coming out from Tripwire, the guys that make Killing Floor. They're coming out with a game where you get to play as a shark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
So
It's
normally I
not
don't do
everyone
this
wanted to be a
unless
fisherman.
it's like it's a really big title or it's Call of Duty week or like month. I took off 2 days of work for this game because I think I'm gonna play it on midnight on Friday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up.
Yep.
I'll be up for sure.
We'll,
Because it comes
we'll
out-
all stream it together. See what's up.
And it's not like we're anticipating it to be like game of the year material. It just
No,
looks
it's just
dumb
gonna be
fun.
It's the
fun.
right level
Yeah.
of stupid to be really fun.
Everybody ain't born to be a fisherman.
No, I'm born to be a fisherman.
That's my fucking guy, dude.
Yeah, like,
If you look at the trailer, that trailer was fucking fire.
It was.
so dumb, though,
fire,
but I
dude.
love
No, dude, like, granted, it's a very simple premise, but like, it fucking looks fire, dude. Like, it looks super fun. And so, really quickly, I may sound a little bit outlandish saying this statement, but I feel like I am a gaming medium. Like, I can foresee the. Don't fucking roll your eyes, Steady. I saw that. So, like, so I'm like 2 for 4, right? That like a 5.0 batting average or 0.5 batting, whatever the fuck, however it
0.5.
goes. Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I posted out a tweet saying that I finessed myself out of $15 because Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD is the worst fucking game I've ever played in my entire life. Then, fast forward 2 weeks, they fucking announced Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 are being remastered. And I see the disbelief in your eyes. So remember when I was talking about Mafia and Mafia 2, how I was looking for it at GameStop and they didn't find it? I found it like fucking 3 weeks later for $4. To my surprise, they announced that they're remastering Mafia and Mafia 2. So what I did was I went out and I bought all of the time splitters so that these fucking assholes can fucking finally get us a remaster of a fucking new game.
So what this is an abuse of power for his stock ownership in GameStop. That's all. This is
Yes, it is.
insider information. That's all this
But-
is.
Look, read it, bitch. I got the fucking.
It was actually you? I thought you just like found that. I didn't know they actually sent you that.
No,
Gotta
dude.
send it in the mail.
Look, Howard
2020 proxy statement. Oh my
Oh,
god.
You guys thought I was just trolling, right? We actually have an important meeting on
It's incredible.
on June 12th, 2020 at 8 a.m. We can also fast forward really quickly to this week's
Are you gonna zoom in?
hashtag not a financial advisor, and we could check the old stocks to see if the prices are still going up because
I just want you to know that you have this important meeting, and this is your opportunity to plug this podcast as a supporter for GameStop and get us that sponsorship.
well, yeah,
He's gonna mention
yeah.
everyone else's name, and then I'm just gonna be fucking bleeped out.
Just don't show them the Bill Gates thing.
So the running joke, Rec, is that we always every week we shit on GameStop. Or no, we're all for it. Big cannot stand GameStop. So he
Can't
is
stand.
completely against it. We're trying to push for a sponsorship from them. We're always name dropping them in a positive light. And boom, even went out and bought stock. And us
So
and then
Look, homie.
and then you.
2019 annual
Yeah.
annual report. This is from GameStop. So actually, more good news. We
More
are
good news.
since the purchase, we're up a total of 16%. We're up $11.88 for a total of $84. And remember, like I said, I figured I was gonna put in pretty much what it would cost for a brand new game at GameStop. So I put in, I think it was $65. Or no, it's actually 72 after like all of the fees and stuff. And we're up to 84.40. So
Hey.
stock is still looking great.
Rick,
That'll be
you
all.
stand on
Big
GameStop.
looks so fucking
Yeah, you're
unamused.
next. Yeah, dude, he's not having it.
That's why I put, hey, I'm trolling on the next level. I'm actually making money from this troll.
Boom could reach $1 million off of this $65 investment, and Big would be like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care.
It'd be the only time that GameStop actually gives like what is owed for a fucking game. We see your $1 million in stocks. We'll break it up.
Your stocks are going to go through the roof, and then you're trying to
Xbox 360 games 20 years down the line.
You're going to try to sell the stocks back after they make money, and they'll be like, the best we can do is 12 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to go to cash out, and they're going to offer him in-store credit.
Remember, you guys are laughing, but when I'm on my fucking yacht, you guys aren't invited. Like, yeah, you guys remember making fun of me on
what
that
game is that going to be
podcast?
DLC for?
Called Boom's Life. Boom's Life 2. Steady's a little bitch.
Do you remember that game from back in the day on Xbox? It was just called Bully. That's what it's called.
Dude, don't talk shit about Bully. Bully's the shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be your fucking game.
Rockstar, get on it. Do I have to buy another copy of Bully for you guys to do a remaster? Let's go, man.
I don't know if you're like a predictor of the future. Fortune teller. That's the word I was looking for.
I'm like Nostradamus for gaming.
I think just everyone listens to the podcast. That's all.
That's what it is. It's a group effort, but no. Boom did it by himself.
No, all I'm saying is I'm Nostradamus for gaming.
We're all here just holding Boom up. You know, like we're nothing, guy.
Oh, man. See, you guys are taking this all wrong. I'm just saying that
Rec, how do you feel about GameStop?
Well, the thing is that pretty much myself out here in Canada that we have never really been like what we deal through is EB Games, right? So through that, with my exposure to GameStop, I don't really get too much from it other than just like, you know, going into their store at EB Games. But I don't even think that's really GameStop. Like that's GameStop affiliated, right? I'm sure that is.
We used to have EB Games here, and then I think they just all... Yeah, there you go. That's all part of it.
Exactly,
Think
yeah.
there you
So
go.
it's like affiliated, but that's where I feel like that's where it's kind of the disconnection, right? Because what I go into is EB Games. What you guys go into is GameStop, right? Like the storefront is GameStop, I'd assume in the States?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, right? So I wonder because of that if I kind of get a different experience than you guys do. But from anything I've ever seen or read or heard on the internet, it's been pretty much not the most amazing things that I've heard. But at the same point, I'm sure GameStop, like they've never treated anything to me improperly, right? Like I have nothing.
So I'll rephrase the question.
Games,
how do you feel about EB Games?
Yeah, okay, that's I can relate to that. But yeah, EB Games, yeah, I've had no problems with them personally. I go there, they got the discounts and stuff. Yeah, of course they don't lower you the top dollar
Preach,
on
my
the
brother,
trade-ins,
preach.
but at the same point, like, you know, what does? They're in a business to make profit, right? So at the end of the day, you got to be able to, you know, make the money to be able to put that same item back out the door. So it is.
All right, so we're dealing with two shareholders here. That's what the fuck I hear.
I know.
I
don't know.
haven't invested too much time with like most of my stuff is online or digital purchases, so I haven't really had to deal with too much in-store like stuff through businesses outside of just like straight up the console stores.
Oh,
Got the moonshine on, dude.
You took a very diplomatic approach to it. You're better than all of us, so
I appreciate you.
All right.
Rick. Thank you so much for
Now,
that.
do you think that because it's in Canada, they're nicer?
That is also a valid point. That could be very much so.
Right? You put EB Games like in Chicago, what do you think happens?
They get
the store gets ransacked in the first hour.
Okay, I'm not gonna let you guys slander Chicago like that. Re-fucking-line.
Fine, you put it in New York, same shit happens. There you go.
So
California.
No, because we had EB Games here before.
Yeah, we used to.
Because it used to be EB Games GameStop. Then before that, it was Funko Land.
Yes.
So if I remember correctly, EB Games bought out Funko Land, and then everything turned into an EB Games. And then there was a merger between EB Games and GameStop. And then there were like these weird stores where they were EB Games / GameStop, like as far as like on the rewards card. And then for whatever reason, I guess they were trying to do like a rebrand or whatever, but they moved every EB Games out of like the United States.
So the nearest GameStop to me started off, the same storefront was originally a Funko Land. And then same space turned into the EB Games and then rebranded to GameStop. So it's been there since like the fucking 90s.
Yeah, there was one like that too, not too far from us.
Big Sykes, bring that bitch down.
Yeah.
But see, I don't remember a whole lot of like the changes because I was never like really into gaming when I was growing up. It was all my brothers. It was only when I went to the military that I really got into it because it was a way for me to connect. So I don't remember like the GameStops changing or like them being super shitty. I'm like, I had what I had. And I enjoyed what I did. I don't know if I could have said that any vaguer, but there you go.
I had stuff and I did what I could do. That's
Exactly.
all right. Well,
I played racing games and that was it.
Yeah, so when they made closed, I was the fucking happiest day of my life.
Okay, drama queen.
Place was a piece of shit, dude.
Yo, isn't there still a Blockbuster open?
That's so.
There's like one out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
So my relationship with like GameStop, as far as like going through everything, is I remember when there was one specifically in a suburb not too far from me. It's been a Funko Land, it's been an EB Games, and now it's a GameStop. So I've seen it go through everything, and so like my dad, he knew that we were like really into gaming, so he would take us to GameStop all the time to trade in games, just because it would be like super old games that we didn't like play anymore. So it wouldn't be to where the point, or it wouldn't be to where like I was going in with the thought process like, oh yeah, I need to get this certain amount of money. I was just like, I'm not using it anymore. Like, let me just see whatever I can get for it, and then let me just use this towards getting a new game. And it was kind of like this recycling process. Like once every game went old or whatever, like the new title came out or we just didn't play it anymore. So that's why, like, I understand that there's two types of people that deal with GameStop or have opinions about GameStop, to where there's people that completely hate it because they go in there with the thought process that, hey, this is what this game is worth to me. This is what I want for it. And then there's other people that like, they're just a regular consumer. They're not really a gamer. They're like, hey, we don't use this anymore. I just need some cash to get something new or just some cash. So I get both sides of it, but the only thing that matters to me the most is that this stock fucking blows up. That's it.
I mean, counterpoint, I don't think it's about the games, what it meant to the individual. I think it's about what the games are as an MSRP and how GameStop's like, nah, fuck you.
No, but that's the thing though. Like, granted, I understand that's what they're selling it for and that's what they're paying. They have overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
just the
same way
it's a normal business.
Just the same way as if like you would go into a mom and pop store, you may get a little bit more, but they're still not going to give you that $54.99 or nothing close to it.
No.
So that's why, granted, I get that they give you pennies and they make dollars off of it, right? That's just like, no matter where you go, you're essentially paying for a service. You're going to the brick and mortar store so that you don't have to put it up on eBay, or you don't have to, in an over exaggerated type of example, you don't have to open your own store to fucking sell it.
You kind of touched on the point that the one thing I would say is the fact that, ideally is the end that you don't have to trade it in there. If you have these items, you can basically do exactly what you said, is just go and buy and sell and stuff. Like, they just have it as an alternative. You want to make it quick, you want to make it easy, drop it off here, you got your stuff quick and easy. But if not, then go and make your, 4 times the amount on buy and sell or whatever, double it is. But you have to go through all the work. You might have to drive downtown, meet up with whoever this person is.
It's like buying a car.
I think in full honesty, the biggest reason I didn't like them, and I still don't like them, was, I don't know if you guys remember or had an Xbox 360 with fucking early revisions where you got Red Ring like super quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I bought it through them, brought it back. I bought it new, went back to them saying, hey, it's like within 30 days, this shit literally just bricked. And this was my second one as a replacement, just so I can have it. So as soon as I plugged it in, this new one didn't fucking work. So I brought it back to them. They're like, yeah, we can't give you a new one. We can give you refurb. Cool, whatever. Don't care. Just let me get it. Brought it back home, same fucking thing. Did it like 3 times. And the last guy, the manager, comes out. I was like, why didn't we just give this guy a new one? Hey, call the employees in the back before I just bitch slap all of you, because I'm not about to handle this. I'm not about to handle this as an adult. I'm about to beat some ass. Get them all away from me. And like that same nerdy son of a bitch that I hope doesn't fucking work there anymore, or just like sits in the fucking street with that fucking greasy ponytail. Oh my God.
Actually, the Red Ring got me into like tinkering with shit.
Yeah.
Taking shit apart and putting it back together. Like granted, it was only for like, I think 2 or 3 weeks that it fixed his Xbox, but I think I didn't, like, thinking back, I don't think I bought the right thermal paste, and I don't think I put enough on there. But I had this dude's Xbox working. He gave it to me over the weekend. I fixed it, and then it worked for like 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
And that was like super fucking cool. I like that. Also, is what got me into like YouTube and shit. Like YouTube University is the best fucking university you could go to, man.
Boom's he did the towel trick. He just wrapped it up in a towel and it heated up and it reapplied the thermal paste.
No, that's not what I did. Did the X-Clamp fix, biatch.
So real quick, I looked up Blockbuster. There's one left in the world.
Only one, right in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's in Oregon, so yeah. But when you go to the Blockbuster website and you click Blockbuster store location, it only gives you that phone number.
Yikes.
But apparently they have a contract with Dish Network. You can still rent Blockbuster movies through Dish.
What?
Aren't there some places that still have AOL? Like there's some places that still charge for AOL?
That's why Dish sucks.
Oh, maybe. Not the sucks, the AOL thing.
Yeah.
Dish does suck.
No.
And
Both.
you can probably Pornhub Dish Network.
In a separate note, kind of just to switch topics here, and I actually like a super weird interaction I had 2 days ago. One of my old bosses texted me at like 2 a.m, probably drunk. And this was the place I used to work at for the video game cafe. I think I told Bill about this, and you guys every once in a while. He mentioned to me like the reason it literally just failed is because of just poor policies and not really managing the money properly. But he messaged me. He's like, "Yeah, dude, thanks for your time. Thanks for hanging out and helping us up when you were there. Happy that I can trust on you, and hopefully we can get something started up again." I was like, "Bro, I got some free money laying around. I can probably start this shit up again." Like, in full honesty, retrocades and barcades are kind of the new thing.
I actually had a guy in Fairchild.
If you need a partner, let me know.
Yeah, dude, he's got the inside with GameStop. Hook you up.
Oh.
No.
No, I knew
seriously.
a guy.
Barcade powered by GameStop, and then Big's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's burn this place down for the insurance money. I'm not doing this.
I knew a guy who his whole dream was after the military was that he was setting up a barcade in Kentucky. Like they already had the location set out, and he had his partner already refurbishing the inside and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to focus it around esports, like mainly the competitive shit. But I'm like, it's still a great idea. I don't know if he ever actually got it off the ground, but they're big, man. I mean, we went to one for, was it your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to that one. And the dude, we had that fucking waiter who never brought me my old fashioned.
True. Yeah, but I mean, like, in overall honesty, like, what is you guys' opinion about either barcades or just getting into, I guess, honestly, owning your own business at a young age, I guess? Like, if there's something that you wanted to do, would you knock it out? Like, would you chase after if you had the means?
If I had the means, I would. I've always had a dream called, I want to open a bar called Herbie and Wanda's. That has a story because that's the caricatures that my uncle named of my grandparents. And I wanted to have those caricatures as the logo, called Herbie and Wanda's.
Fair enough.
And I was like, that's such a great business name, for a coffee shop or a bar or something. Like, if I had the means to go for it, fuck yeah.
So as far as this right now, all this content creation, this is what I want to do, and this is my dream. So this is obviously I don't have the most as far as I don't have all of the financial backing to do this, but it's just this is the grind in a sense. So I'm just putting up content every day. I still love what I'm doing. And this, all of this, making podcasts, streaming, getting back into YouTube, this is the dream. And I feel like this is attainable, and not saying cause I don't want that to come off in any type of way as what your guys' dreams are unattainable. I feel like if you put your mindset to it, if there's a will, there's a way, no matter what. So if you just keep your head down, do what you want, make sure that you're happy in what you're doing, it'll all work out soon enough. Because like I said, if there's a will, there's a way. There's no matter what there is, somebody at one point in time thought it was stupid before it caught on.
Yeah. See, for streaming and stuff like that, it's never been my goal to like make it my career path, or like never had that dream. I've always wanted to go into law enforcement, but I love this as a hobby. You know, like I still get joy out of doing this. I just don't have that high of expectations for it.
So for you, genuinely, it's like a de-stressor or just another thing that you do that helps bring you joy overall to what you do, right?
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Like, I don't think I have the mindset that I can understand this being my 100% 9 to 5 or whatever. But if it took off, sweet. If it didn't, I'm not too concerned. It's more so like that decompression time for me. Because I'm already playing video games. Might as well just have fun with other people at the same time. It's shit we do on the daily anyway. Why not just bring it out to other people to laugh and enjoy with?
It also brings like an entire different element to what it was beforehand, say, being
100%.
Like, streaming all that, right? So then say if you're playing that game on your couch as a kid, or like say, you know, a couple days before you ever picked up streaming or whatnot, then it's a definitely different dynamic than even say if you're not even playing a squad game with somebody, but playing that same single player game, but with like, you know, you're creating a video that you can laugh at later with some clips with some buddies. It's just something that you couldn't do before. It's a whole different thing. It's pretty wild.
I think that is like one of the cool things, especially with just not, I wouldn't say just the community with Twitch, but just the community of like actual people that game and anyone that kind of falls in, I would guess, that like nerd category, is because you have board games, card games, video games, you have all these different hobbies and they all blend over. Like Boom has shoes. I have fucking Magic and D&D every once in a while, and WoW. Like there's all these different things. There's art for study. There's just these crazy talking videos and ASMR bullshit that are popping up, and there's just a space for everyone. And I think that's the biggest drawback for people that don't understand like what this actual community is. They don't really give it the chance.
That kind of ties in, a good way to tie that back in with the topic there. If like say retro gaming and today and like starting that business is that like, you know, finding that niche, that way to be able to do it in a spin that's obviously going to be, you know, one way, or like find that quick way to accent it so that it's more so unique. And yeah, with that retro gaming and how it's going to be picking up again, then yeah, being able to try and find a way to spin that is the way to be able to make it more probable of being successful, right?
True. Very true. And I think that was like the weird part. Like as soon as I got that text message, I was like, this man still has my phone number? The fuck? But so go ahead.
The one thing, because I used to listen to this podcast, and there was like this guy, he had like this thought process to where if someone asked you, like obviously within reason, like to do something that you haven't done before, to do something new or try something new, just say yes. And just to like see where it takes you. And that's kind of like what I've been doing as far as like streaming and like how I've been living. Like some of the shit that I do now, like before I started like thinking about this or like trying to just go with the flow and see like wherever it takes me. Like we wouldn't have a fucking podcast where we're interviewing and we have a guest from Canada. We have Steady, who we've been like cool with for, I would say, a little bit over a year. Like without just like, yeah, fuck it. Like, do you want to join the stream team? Do you want to start streaming? Like just getting into different shit. It's amazing like where you can go. And I feel like this, and it's super cliche and like fucking shitty to say, like the community on Twitch, as far as like the people that you meet, they're genuine. And it seems like we all have this same goal in mind to just get our shit out there, just to grow and keep grinding. That like it's really cool to see where it's going to take us and like to see where we've gone in even just this small time that we've been like working together and collaborating.
I couldn't agree more with like if you have the opportunity, just go do it. Like that's how I went to that rodeo in the prison. You know, like my mom was like, "Hey, do you want to go to a rodeo in a prison?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." Same thing how we almost went to oh sorry, did I get you in the vape? I saw that. And the same thing like when your wife was like, "Hey, do you want to go to a midget wrestling?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that sounds great." Like,
okay,
there's
opportunity. That's little people wrestling.
Okay,
I'm sorry, short dude.
Don't you fucking dare ever steal my fucking joke again, guy.
All right. We'll keep it all gaming related. It's tank wrestling. Borderlands? No? All right, cool.
Yeah,
keep going.
But it's just there's so many opportunities out there. Just go take them kind of mindset. But like, if someone's like, "Hey, do you want to play this with me?" Yeah, just like see what happens. Even if you've never played it or had no interest in playing it,
so
try
since
it out.
Boom brought up taking a chance and doing things, he's down for the D&D during the next charity stream.
Yes, he is.
I said within reason.
That's very reasonable, guy. It's going to be just like this. We'll get a DM. We'll do a session. Oh, dude, it's going to be great. You're going to love it.
It's actually
I won't be the dungeon master. How about that?
So moving on to the next topic.
Rec, businesses and stuff like that. How do you feel about all that? Like the opportunity, like what you're doing now, what you have planned. What are your thoughts on all that?
It's like forming a business out of what I'm doing now. Is that what you mean by that? So-
No, I'm saying in terms of the question, like if you could do it, what would you do? Are you doing it now? Like, what's up?
Yeah. So for the most part, like, yeah, when it comes to forming, like, because basically I just want to make sure I understand this. So you're basically asking as to what it take, like, about forming a business at a young age, right?
Like if you could, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Basic picture. But yeah, so for the most part with that, it's mainly, of course, it's balanced in your life, right? And the main two things to apply, of course, is that you're not going to be too, basically approach it with the mindset that you're wanting to approach new things. And the main reason why that is because if you're going to approach those new things, whether you're going to fail at them, hey, that's fine, because at least then you know it's something, say, that's your weak points, then you know to focus more so on your strong points or things like that, right? And so when you're getting at it at a young age, then at least you have the mindset to be able to approach it where you're going to mess up. So the way it's going to be. So then with that mindset, you're going to be willing to try new things. You're going to be willing to go out and just get out there and, scrape your knees. It's the way it's going to be. But on the other flip side of that is the other part of that mindset is you have to make sure you remember everything you're going through and try to build off it, right? So then, especially when you're younger, if you're going to make that mistake that you're inevitably knowing you're going to make, then at least take note of what happened. Make sure you kind of note any red flags or anything like that. See if the ways you can improve. See if there's a way you can approach it in a sense that's going to be more, more progressive, right? So then the biggest thing with that, then at least you'll be able to keep that going forward in a, where you're going to be able to go down a couple of rings on the ladder, but at least you're going to learn from them. So at the end, you come out hopefully more educated and more equipped to be able to create a better situation for yourself anyways. So in the end, then everything should work out, right? So that's basically like what Boom was saying, right? So if you keep your mindset on it, you keep your head to it, and you just keep grinding it out, and you just apply basically what I just said about it, then at least, and your passion stays alongside with it, it should work out.
Yeah, and the other thing is, even if it doesn't work out, it's not going to be something that later on down the line you look back at and regret because you didn't try. It's something that you at least gave it a shot. You could say, all right, it didn't work out the way I was thinking, but I still gave it an effort. I put my all into it. So you don't feel bad about fuck, I never even tried. So now I'm beating myself up over something that I let the opportunity pass by because I never took it when I had the chance to take it.
Yeah, and also learn from it at the same time, right? So, hey, at least you went through the experience.
And I feel like that's really what I feel like that also can show you about starting at a young age is that not only are you learning those mistakes now, but that's giving you your stripes so that once you make it, you know that you 100% know everything about your craft, and there's nothing that can scare you and nothing will be new at that time once you're a little bit more seasoned in whatever aspect you're trying to go into.
Yeah, it's better if you scrape your knees early, you have more years to capitalize off it than if you wait longer to scrape your knees, then you only have less time to be able to make it better. So I get what you're saying.
It's got very deep and philosophical. It's not something that happens around here very often.
I mean, it's the truth, though. The same kind of mindset that I try to put into anybody that either I work with or works under me. It's the exact same type of mindset. You're going to have your fuck ups and it's going to happen. as long as you're willing to learn and constantly continue learning and not be afraid of just saying, okay, let me try something. Because that's usually one of the biggest things I'll tell anybody is like, you're usually one of the big things and usually will get you messed up early in a career or in a path is taking that 5 seconds to do something poorly versus thinking it through for 30 seconds and do it correctly with a better outcome usually will pay off far better than you just having an immediate response. Because you're going to screw yourself over if you take a 5-second bad decision. Now you have to re-spend an entire day to clean it up.
Progress, not perfection.
Yep.
So, like I said, the Nostradamus of gaming.
Oh, boy. Insider trading,
So I'm like, there's a lot of like really awesome gaming news surrounding skateboarding games, which I don't know. So like, I don't know what it is. Cause like, and it seems like in every stream, everybody asks me if like I skate in real life. I have tried it. It is not for me. I elbow dropped the cement one time and I was like, I'm good on this. I don't need this in my life right now. I'll just stick to my gaming when it comes to skateboard. But yes, there's a new Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake coming out. I hope to God it's not as bad as that HD remaster that they did in 2012, because like that one is a fucking horrible dumpster fire of a video game.
So it's not just an
that's
HD, like a 4K update. It's a Resident Evil 2 style reimagining.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, granted, it's 95% of the same shit, but they're adding stuff from, I think, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, because I believe in the first and second one, you couldn't do reverts. So they're adding that into the whole, like, formula for the Pro Skater 1 and 2. So I'm super hyped because, like, those are the two games that really got me into skateboarding games. And funny enough that when it was announced, Skate 4 was trending on Twitter because everybody was like, hey, EA, what the fuck are you doing, guys? We got Skater XL coming out in July. We got Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remake coming out in September. Where are you at? And that brings up another really cool topic. So Jason Dill, he's a professional skateboarder. And he was on a podcast called The 9 Club. And that's like a podcast where they do a lot of interviews with former skateboarders, people from Jackass, and everybody in that like world, if you will. And so he pretty much went on there and he said, hey, there's a new Tony Hawk Pro Skater game that's coming out in 2020, as well as he got a phone call from EA or an email from EA that followed up with a phone call, pretty much asking him if he wanted to be in a Skate 3 mobile version. And essentially what he said was for them to fuck off and that they need to release Skate 4. Like, what are they doing? I think the quote was, nobody wants your shitty fucking mobile game. Just release Skate 4. And the person, she responded and she said, well, that's not what we're working on. We're working on a mobile version of Skate 3. And then his other response was, thank you. I do not want to be part of this game, and good luck on Need for Speed 29. That was like the direct quote that he told somebody from EA. I think that's like super fucking cool that he told her to fuck off, and like he's like down for going up to bat for what all the fucking skate fans want. Like, we want a new Skate. Like, just give us Skate 4, even at the least. Release Skate 2 on backwards compatibility for Xbox. And I thought it was like
the Need for Speed, because to me, Skate is like Gran Turismo or Forza, and Tony Hawk's like Need for Speed. Where
that's fair.
It's kind of real, but it's just a bit over the top, you know?
Yeah.
That's Tony Hawk.
That's what Burnout was, man.
Burnout's up here.
Yeah, Burnout's
right?
just fucking...
Tony Hawk's like here.
And then in more skate news, Skater XL, it seems like almost daily they're announcing new partners that are coming into the game. Like, they announced Grizzly Grip, the Dickies Skateboarding. They're adding like a whole mess of like third-party vendors that are going to be like within the game for you to customize your skater with. And it's really cool. But what also it made me think about is how we're like spoiled fucking children, like spitting in the face of all the work that Skater XL is doing, and how much the modding community is doing for Skater XL, because we have the full release coming out in July, which is just under 2 months. They announced Pro Skater, and we're still bitching about fucking Skate 4. So I feel like I'm almost to the point where, like, if they release another Skate video game, I may not buy it at launch. Like, I may not even buy it at all, because it's like, fuck Skate right now. Like, EA just wants to just hold it up in front of us, like, by pretty much Diablo Immortal. Like, that's what they did. They did Diablo Immortal to us with Skate. And it's kind of like, yeah, you can get a huge cash grab off of a game that we love, instead of releasing a full-blown title with the potential that it may not do numbers that you want it to. I think that's kind of fucked up. And I honestly, I don't know if I'll be purchasing it at launch or even like really into it, because Skater XL has been like filling all of the fucking Skate like need that I want as far as in video games.
I played the Tony Hawk games growing up, but I don't know. I never had much interest in that as a game as I got older. They were definitely fun though, especially like when you just put on the codes and shit, like the no gravity, and just do ridiculous fucking tricks, and then still fuck it up at the very end.
Well, yeah, graffiti was the shit. That was one I liked. Yeah, red versus blue or whatever.
Oh, it's like you had to get higher points on whatever they just did.
Yeah, and then return that color. Hell yeah, just the biggest like smack in the face. Like, it ain't red no more.
So I actually have my favorite Tony Hawk was Pro Skater 4. And I recently got a backwards compatible PS3. So I have Pro Skater 4 coming in. So pretty hyped on that.
The last Tony Hawk I played was American Wasteland.
Same.
Actually, dude, I have that. I was streaming it the other day, actually.
No
shit. That one was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually one of the first games where my sister was old enough to play video games, and that's like all she would play. So I think if I can like find a PS4 that was backwards compatible and that game, I think I'd probably be fucking stoked, dude. The amount of hours she spent to that was probably equal to how much time I put into WoW. That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I was trying to get it out of my Xbox One, but it's in my 360. Yeah, dude, I was playing it the other day. Like, so I don't know if it's that, like, I'm too used to playing fucking Skater XL or Skate. That game is fucking hard, and I put it on easy because I was streaming it. That shit was fucking ridiculous, dude.
Welcome to me and while I was playing Ori, man. Ori and the Blind Forest. That's fucking hard.
That's me getting salty. It's like, why am I getting salty playing this platformer compared to like playing shooters, just playing competitive games? And then I play this Ori. I'm like, okay, I better quit this game before
I did. I rage quit. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm like, I love the animations and shit. And I was like, it's fucking Dark Souls. It's so goddamn hard.
Yeah, I never played the first Ori.
I didn't save for 5 minutes. And let me go fucking 4 screens back.
The intro, yeah, that's me. It's like, oh, look at this artwork. What a beautiful game. It's like 40 minutes later. What in the... I'm done. Uninstalled. Reinstalled the next day. Okay, let's give it another try.
I was getting like Valorant mad, man.
Oof.
Dude, Valorant pisses me off, dude. It gets me so fucking angry, bro. Like, it's not because, like, the game is, like, bad. It's just because I'm fucking trash, dude. It just gets on my nerves. It's like...
I and then legit think that's the game I'm probably going to be grinding a lot of.
Oh yeah,
call it. I said this was the next Apex for you, but even more than that.
Yeah, like I just want to get better at this game. Like I really do. Like if I don't hit plat or whatever their equivalent of diamond is, I'm going to be super pissed.
Bro, you telling me? So I played League of Legends like every day for damn near 8 years. I haven't even like logged in besides the time we did ARAM since I got access to Valorant.
Yeah, that was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's just insane. I'm like, I've never had something take my attention away from a game that I've dedicated so much time to.
Yeah, like,
and it's made by the same people.
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's just getting the weird part. And it was partially to the reason like I took that time away from streaming. One was a new job, and I was just getting bored. with all the games I was playing. Like, I come from WoW and Borderlands and all that shit, and it was like, all right, I'm just getting wiped. Like, Apex is fun, but if you don't have a team, it's boring.
That's what I'm going through with Warzone right now. Like, I really want to play. It's super fun, but it's like every time I'm on, I'm like, hey, let's play. Everybody's like fucking dead silence. I'm like, all right, cool.
Something I've been dabbling in right now is indie games, like on Steam. I've been loving them, man. Like Ori and I think I talked about a while ago was Bladed Fury and a game called Origami.
I feel Hollow Knight.
I have not played Hollow Knight. I have Shovel Knight on my Switch though. That one's a hell of fun too.
Hollow Knight is very similar to Ori as well.
I want to get Shovel Knight yet on the PC.
But like these little indie games are phenomenal. I don't know why I've neglected them for so long.
I don't know if you're into Doom or like Duke Nukem, but there's a game called Ion Fury. It's like super fucking cool, dude. It's like a 90s FPS. And it was super cheap.
Fucking Duke Nukem.
It's made
what a wild game that was.
It's made by the same people that made Duke Nukem 3D. That's one I would recommend on Steam.
Ion Fury?
Yeah, Ion Fury.
I can add it to my list.
Then I think Brown wanted to talk about the updates with the lovely game that we know as Anthem.
Bro, yeah.
Anthem
I wish that game was so much better. I wish that game was just ran better. Like, I'd still play it. Essentially what they said was like the devs came out and said, like, yeah, we're still working on this, but with what we want to do and what we want to make of the game, it's nowhere close to where we want it. And it's probably going to be a long time until we get it there. So I'm expecting the same type of like release time for what was the game? No Man's Sky?
No
Man's Sky, yeah, it was a 2016 release, and it didn't start shining as a game until I would say about 2017. It was about a year and a half almost of silence because of all the lies and everything that was promised that was not in the game, and all the vagueness leading up to it. And then it finally started to deliver on that, but it was not at launch. It took a lot of time for it to be what we were shown at E3 and stuff like that. And it's a game now that I'll jump into when they have an update. I'll play it, get back into it, jump back out of it. But that game at launch was nothing like what we were shown. Yeah,
that game was ass at launch. I bought it on PS4.
Like,
I still have it actually, but fuck that game.
It's a fucking beautiful game. Like, overall mechanics could be a little bit better. The performance aspect of that shit runs like I did when I had a fucking torn meniscus, dude. That thing runs like dog shit. As soon as you launch and as soon as you get into town, you're sitting at like 98% idle CPU usage. And 68 of that is just the game.
I thought that my computer couldn't handle it for the longest time because I got it and I played for like maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, my rig for some reason can't handle, even though I'm way over the minimums and whatnot. I always thought it was me. And then Big came out just saying it's horse shit, doesn't run for anybody. And I'm like, oh, cool, not me.
Yeah, like their minimums to versus like what you needed to actually play this game without having drop frames. And if you wanted to stream it, there was no chance. You had to basically have like the full-blown setup with like the $3,000 setup to just run this game out of the box in its lowest form. And then when they did their min releases and their min specs, they're like, yep, you just need what was it? I think it was a 560, which is like 7 years old, and a Pentium processor. I was like, all right, sick. I got way better than both of those. But yeah, no, like they basically released, it's like, yeah, we have a handful of devs that are working on this. We're still trying to build all the other projects we have in the back end. This is taking the back seat. So kind of unfortunate, especially for their small community that they have, but are still playing it. So anyone that's hyped for Anthem or hyped for it to come back is probably not going to see it for a good long while.
Honestly, I think it's going to be like way too long for them to like. I feel like the community for Anthem is going to be onto a new game by the time they're done with it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
maybe, I think they have a chance if they do. There's going to be a lot of. They have a lot to prove. But I think they still have an opportunity. I mean, No Man's Sky was getting hell. Even Siege launched and was trash. It was voted one of those games that made a fucking comeback. No Man's Sky made a comeback, so there's an opportunity for it. They just have to commit. They can't buckle under the pressure that they've brought on themselves.
Yeah, I think like into a separate topic, but semi-similar. What would you guys like to see just having like a game now? I know we've done this in the past, but a game now that you thought had like either a shitty release or just didn't live up to your expectations. What would you want to make it? What is that game and how would you want to see it done?
Elder Scrolls Online, just be Elder Scrolls 6.
That's fair. That's blunt but fair.
Tony Hawk.
No, go for it.
HT remake. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I played myself on there. I'm still salty about it.
Like, it's harder for me to pick something because over the years of games coming out in early access and being nothing but glorified demos and staying in beta and early access for years, I've become very, very picky about the games that I do buy. And I normally wait about it. Like if my friends pick up a game, I'll wait a week or two after the honeymoon phase fades away to hear the real problems with the game. Because when you buy something brand new, you love it. It's great. You overlook all the fucking glaring flaws because you just bought something brand new. Now, once that new toy smell goes away, then you start looking at it objectively. And I've been doing that for like the past 4 or 5 years. So it's been hard. Like, there's a lot of games I passed on. I didn't buy Anthem. I played the betas, and looking at it then, I was like, what's the end game? What is it going to be? And everyone was like, no, you're being too critical, blah, blah, blah. And then a week or two later, nobody else was playing it. And then I'm just sitting there like, oh, well, how's that great game you guys kept talking about? Fallout 76, same fucking thing. Now you hear everybody talking about it and they're giving it good reviews. It's the same thing. Like, a lot of games are either coming out too early or staying in early access forever. And it gets really fucking annoying. So it's hard to pick something now because I've already been shying away from these kind of things for a while.
Yeah. Anthem was the first game that I've done that for a very long time. Which is the shitty part. Like, I played beta for, I think I was one of the first ones that actually got into alpha, then into beta. The alpha ran better than the beta, and the beta runs better than the game now, which is just wild.
Yeah, I was part of both of the alpha and the beta, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, my computer will be able to handle it. But then when I played it more and more, the flying felt terrible. It felt like you were dragging your character on a leash, and I hated it. And then I just kept looking at it. I was like, all right, I'm having a hard time seeing what the end game is going to be overall. And then it finally comes out, and you hear about the grind and how terrible it was and all these other problems. And it's like, it's a good thing I passed up on it. You know, and I've said it before, I'll say it now. If it makes a turnaround, I have no problem jumping into it when it finally becomes what it was supposed to be.
I don't know. For that game, I'm a little bit biased. I'd rather just stick to, like, because it gives me Destiny vibes, and I'm like really invested in the Destiny story, and I'd just rather stay with Destiny.
But you got a game?
I have a real game. That last one was just just a meme. I wish Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like the PvP for, as far as like not Warzone, but like the regular PvP, I wish that played like the beta. Because like the sound was great in the beta, the gameplay was great in the beta. There wasn't and obviously I understand that like with certain changes to the community and there's certain changes to like what type of meta there is, the game becomes like super fucking cheesy. Like it was, the meta for PvP right now is fucking horrible. Like everybody running around with the fucking dual wield pistols, and like the sound like, as far as like spatial wise, it sounds like shit. It's super muddy. Like no matter what you do and what settings you put it on, it all sounds the fucking same. It's really bad, dude. I just wish it would play like what the beta played like.
What about you, Rick? What's a game you would like to see remade?
Just any game in general? Or
yeah, any game that you feel had a shitty launch, turned out to be crap, and you had high hopes for it, and just didn't live up to its overall expectation. Like, what's one that you would like to see redone?
That's quite the question to think on. I know for the most part, like the ones that I've had in the past, like I know Battlefield 4 when that originally launched at first, that was just complete shit, like old netcode issues and everything like that. It was just, well, like error codes and everything. Just another EA Battlefield launch that was terrible, but it turned around, right? So that's why I wasn't too upset about that one in the end. So I'm just trying to think of one that didn't turn around, right? For the most part, like No Man's Sky, I was interested in that one. I still haven't got it. Every time it goes on sale, I still want to get it, but apparently, like you guys said, that one's turned around. Yeah, for the most part, I've been fortunate that way. The ones that I wanted to play. I'm just trying to think. I'll get back to you on that one.
I'm looking through my Steam library. I don't really see anything else.
Must be nice, huh?
Yeah, can you imagine being a smart gamer? Fuck, it must be awesome.
Oh, shots fucking fired.
Spoken from the fake gamer. Not you, bro. Corn dog.
Exactly. I do this for the aesthetic. You kidding me? Video games.
So there was one really big last topic we wanted to talk about. The fuckery that is Vanguard or Valorant. So I had a whole lobby get kicked because Vanguard was fucking around. So like it said that there was an internal like I forgot, I think I clipped it, but there was like some internal error or whatever with the game, and it kicked everybody on both sides of the lobby. And I tried to rejoin in 3 times, and it still showed that like there was one other person on the other team, and then there was 3 on ours. And so I feel like, granted, it's in beta, obviously, right? It's in beta. We can only bitch to a certain amount because we're testing it. In other words, even though I'm pretty sure this is the full game, they're just saying beta testing because they want to iron out all the kinks, and I feel like this is their version of early access. They need to fix this shit, dude. Like, my computer looks like fucking, like, granted, it's RGB. It's stupid in the first place. My computer looks like shit, and I can't fucking turn it red anymore because they keep on blocking all the stuff for my RGB shit. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So dumb.
For anti-cheat to be like, no, you can't run your colors because it's going to give you the fucking edge does not make any sense.
This is Riot's first anti-cheat they've ever made. And it's still in beta. Like,
even when
I give them a little
that's
slack for
that's
it.
fucking crazy though. Like, your lights have to turn off in order for you to play the game.
No, but that's the thing though. Like, even on their Reddit, like they were, because Steady shared that video that it how it keeps on like shutting down random like things running in the background on your computer. Granted, like I said, I do understand it's in beta, but for them to have it to this point where they're disabling all this types of shit because of there's a small chance that you could potentially cheat from that is fucking ridiculous. We have anti-cheat on other games where it's not that deep. And then even when it comes to support on their Reddit, they're taking down posts that are asking questions about it.
No, also one thing to add on that too is the fact that like I've heard from people in game or like that through all over. Basically, what they said is that all over Reddit and all this stuff. This guy seemed to know what he's talking about, though. Is that when it comes to this anti-cheat compared to most, is that this is one of the ones that they actually have it given administrator privileges to your computer. Mm-hmm. So, in my opinion, as much as we got to give it slack for the fact that it's in beta, the one thing I would kind of feel the fact that we don't have to give it too much slack for is the fact that if you guys are going to release a product that's going to give administrative privileges to how many people's units across the world, then you definitely need to have this thing trialed out pretty hard before you even get it across the world on people's computers, right? Like, you know what I mean? If it's going to have administrative privileges to all these people's computers on a network access, it should be in pretty like decent running condition instead of shutting down people's stuffs, like phantom shutdowns and stuff, or blocking RGB lights. Like, to me, that should at least be something that's, you know, looked at right away, because the fact that it's a beta product, yeah, but it's administrator privilege on everyone's computers.
It brings a good point, especially if it has network access on your.
That's my thing.
Like,
yeah.
Say if you have like just a NAS, or if you're running something else like a server, or you have a company VPN, especially now with everyone working from home, you can easily get screwed by someone taking advantage of a cheat engine that someone may have a backdoor into that has admin privilege.
You can pretty much access anything on your computer at that point, and it's theirs. It's pretty much just an extension of them.
Yeah, I think that's the wild part.
I think I'm just over it. Like the fucking anti-cheat bullshit. Like it's like how could it be that you'd let it get as that bad for it to fucking close out an entire lobbies of the game? I feel like that's the most ridiculous part about everything.
Yeah, I think the only 2 instances where I've come across anti-cheat was in one actual cheater. The dude was just shooting through or aim assisting through walls. And the other one was just like kicked like 4 people on the other team and then 2 people on ours. And it was just random as shit.
This is Vanguard anti-cheat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just random. Like nothing was going on. It was just the middle of a competitive game when I was doing solo queue, and it just kicked a whole bunch of people at the same time.
Yeah, so it happened to Boom. I mean, fun game, but still lots that needs to be ironed out. Definitely.
Yeah. On the same thing though, for Valorant, now that we're on it, the buff to Steady's character and to Viper is going to be the next set of releases. Apparently, Omen was even a beta character and one of the last characters they made, so they don't like how he's playing. They don't like his kit as much, so they're going to probably rework him to some aspects. I'm interested to see what he comes to be, because those are the bottom 2.
I like his kit
overall.
But I think a couple of things need to be adjusted for him. I know they adjusted some of the times for his smoke move. The ult is cool and all, but like it gives too much of a like it definitely lets the other team know it's like, hey, this is about to happen. There's no real warning for it to. There's nothing that really helps you with it. Like it'll let the other team know this is about to happen, and you're kind of left fucked over when it happens. So. Overall, I do like the way the character plays, but I would like to see some tweaks either in timings or maybe mess around with the utility a little bit. Overall execution is good, but maybe like Phoenix. Phoenix has the blinding thing. If you give something similar to that, like he has the one where he confuses you, he'll shoot the ball through stuff, which is cool. But if you made it more like Phoenix's, where it'll blind you, or you can control it that way rather than just shoot it straight through. No, like it has it where you can shoot straight through, but where Phoenix, right, you don't have to hit them straight on. It has a way bigger AoE versus this has to pass kind of through them to fuck them over. So a little tweaks here and there, but Omen so far is still a pretty solid character.
Quick thought with the Omen like alt too is if they basically, if he just basically reappeared with like say some sort of hallucinated clone for like 3 seconds or something like that, then at least give you an advantage to try and get some shots off before you die. But yeah, I'm sure they're just gonna basically ultimately rework that kid hard.
Yeah.
He's really not filling the role that like they have him as a control. Same with Viper and Brimstone. But just play Brimstone. He's got like 3 instant smokes that last for 12 seconds.
And like wherever the hell he wants to put them.
Exactly.
Versus the slow travel time of Omen's thing. And Omen's, you got to know the map. Because if I'm trying to smoke heaven and it's like, shit, it should be here on the mini map and you're constantly trying to adjust and then get the height. Versus Brimstone's like, here, right on the map. And it's like, all right, that's cool.
And Omen has so much potential because he's got the smokes. He has like the blind, confused thing, and he's mobile. He's got so many characters kits in one. It's just not performing the way it should be. Like he should be a top played character.
I do think he's like overall in terms of what does need to be worked is his ult.
Yes.
So his ult does 2 good things. One is that is just minimap denial because you can't see anything on the minimap during that time. And even when you do ult and you get to a certain spot, you're still collecting information. The only issue is you shoot the clone, you immediately waste an ult. Or you go through and now you're depending on the team, you're either screwed or it's a clutch like plant / defuse. Anything else is just a waste.
Yeah, like when I use the ult sometimes and we're defending, it'll just be to break up the action at a certain point. Kind of have the team turn around and do something. Just hit him from 2 angles. And it's worked out sometimes, other times not so much.
Yeah.
Just a quick distraction kind of thing, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if they kept the minimap block out, but then make his footsteps silent? Instead of having the anywhere on the map teleport?
That'd be trash.
And like increase the time he can use his
Full
regular
tilt,
teleport?
And you don't hear a single step?
Yeah.
Because everybody would hold their position like real quiet and you're just booking it to wherever you're going to plant.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like I'm okay with a completely reworked alt and stuff like that. But we'll see for sake of balance and whatnot where they take the character.
Man, I think that was pretty much it. You can hit us with one of your illustrious conundrums.
We got another battle today.
God damn it!
Yep, between two humans.
All right.
These are real people. Lance Armstrong, the cyclist, but he has both testicles. So he is just pumped full of testosterone, versus Michael Phelps, but he's just stoned out of his mind in a hockey fight.
Cyclist, swimmer, and they're playing hockey.
They're not playing hockey. They just got the pads. They throw the gloves down. They're on ice skates on ice. One's stoned out of his mind. The other one's full of testosterone. There it goes. That's the reaction I like. Thank you.
Here we go. No. There's no system reboot after that one. Big broke something.
I really hope that was him just leaning back and fell out of his chair. He got the panda instead.
Oh, man.
Oh, there he is.
All right. So they were playing hockey, gloves off, Lance Armstrong, both balls, and Michael Phelps stoned as fuck.
And like Lance ain't busted a nut in like 2 weeks, so he is just ornery and full. You know what I'm talking about? He's got aggression and he needs to get it out.
Now,
but what's bothering me is how are you that like how are you that into how is that being like painted in a picture like during that fight? Like who knows that he's thirsty for pussy and like super like pumped with testosterone.
You know
it. Lance knows it.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Doesn't matter if the crowd knows it.
So can we vote to veto this one and think of another one?
Hold on, wait, but I have questions. So Lance, did he go from having the one testicle to then getting the second one back? And this is the aftermath, he never lost him. He never lost it. Oh, so
before he lost, he's got both his balls in his prime.
Both his balls in his prime, and he's backed up. I mean, to be fair, you're not angry right now, and I think you're in the same situation. So.
Hey, but I'm draining these nugs constantly. What are you talking about?
Yikes. Dude, why are you taking shots at him like that?
Oh, come on.
Can we re-roll this? Is there a re-roll?
That's what Boom was asking. I'm going to give this one to Lance.
Veto?
Because he's not high, so I'm just going to give it to Lance.
Yeah, it turns out the same thing. Got to roll with that.
I'm just mentally checked out on this question.
I normally always try, no matter how fucking weird these are, I always try to
he's always committed to him. You guys back out as soon as you hear it.
This one, he's like, oh yeah, I fucked him up with that one last week. Let me make this shit even worse.
Now we're enabling it. We can't enable it. Encouraging him now. No.
Hell yeah.
Question though, I don't know, but if you're stoned, doesn't that affect your tolerance for pain?
I feel like everyone does do we answer and self-incriminate? Do we stay quiet?
It's a fucking podcast.
Well, it does.
I'm
sure it does.
Smokes weed on his fucking podcast.
I plead the fifth.
But at the same point, it does also make you slower reaction time and stuff. Then obviously, if buddy, hit me to the ground already, and I'm stoned, I'd already feel I was already half feeling like I'm passed out before, so now I'm definitely gonna pass out. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Plus, shouldn't Phelps be more chilled if he's stoned?
Yeah, but he's getting in a fight regardless. And Phelps got a huge reach advantage because Lance is 5'10" and Phelps is 6'4".
He has a huge.
A really slow haymaker from long arms is, I don't know. I'm still gonna give it a Lance,
but he might be fast. I don't know. I'll just for sake of argument, I'd say Michael Phelps.
Then there's the hockey aspect. You got to think of it because now they're sitting on ice skates.
So this has been our latest installment.
Right. I think you're putting Phelps at a bigger disadvantage by being high on this one. So I would give it to.
Appreciate you guys.
Hold on, guys. Wait a minute. I would give it to Lance Armstrong. He's got both testicles. He's balanced out. He's good.
I mean, there's no telling if he has a. So I mean,
balanced
there's no
out with
telling.
both testicles. Put that on a T-shirt.
There's no telling if he has a prosthetic now. So I mean, maybe he's still balanced. But I mean, that's probably another
Fair enough. That's
conversation
true.
for another day. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. On
We didn't
the
hear Rick's
latest
answer,
episode.
guy. Hold on.
Yeah. We also have to close out and go over like who is Rec, where to catch his stream at.
Yeah, guy. Plug.
Plug in, baby.
So I was leading into that before I was rudely interrupted.
All right, I guess I'll toss on that answer in there real quick then. So
There we go.
Say it'd have to be the one that's because I think it's Lance that's isn't stoned, right?
Right.
Yeah, Lance is just
Lance is ready to go.
pumped full of testosterone.
I'd say he'd have to win it up just because of the fact that he's one. Both of them can get knocked to the ground, but the other one will get passed out sooner because they have no energy to go. That's that.
So Rec, tell us where we can reach you. Tell us what you're working on, what you got going on.
Yeah, so you guys can reach me at anywhere basically on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff there with those socials. So for the most part, what you guys would see me doing is for the most part gaming and chatting, maybe some guitar and music jams. So it's anything down your guys' kind of path, and just kind of those chill vibes. So we do around what I'm doing.
So make sure you guys check that info section for all of the links to his socials.
All Rec Niner.
We thank you guys for checking out our latest episode of the Other Controller podcast. You can check us out on YouTube. I forgot the other ones. I haven't said them in like a month. Spotify. Honestly, YouTube is where we do the majority of our updating. And if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so you're notified every time we release a new podcast. For Brown, Steady, Corndog, we are the Other Controller podcast.
And Rick?
Look, he threw off his vibe, bro. Look how mad he got. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're just ending it like that.
You're not going to wish our viewers to have a good week like you always do, guy? Come on.
You fucked that up for them. I hope you're happy, Steady. You're going to have a terrible week because of Steady.
Ooh.
They're going to have a good week.
You guys going to have a great week.
They're going to have a quarantine and chill week.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful week. We love you. See you next week.